The Tasmanian Planning Commission has emphatically rejected the government's plans for a new AFL stadium in Hobart. After a year of investigation and analysis by the planning body, it's recommended the Macquarie Point Stadium should not be built. It says the stadium would be too big for the site and would not deliver value for Tasmanian money, now forecast to be more than $1 billion. Despite the massive setback, the Premier is still vowing to build the stadium.
Hundreds of pages, 12 months in the making, one damning assessment.
In very simple terms, the stadium is too big for the site and the benefits it will bring are significantly outweighed by the disbenefit it creates.
Quotes from the Tasmanian Planning Commission, which has rejected the Macquarie Point Stadium on size, planning, heritage and economic grounds.
It said it simply should not proceed. That is an unconditional rejection of this proposal.
The recommendation, the culmination of the Project of State Significance assessment process. The 5-member Planning Commission panel declared the stadium would be monolithic, that it would not be iconic and that its adverse effects are unacceptable. It also found that building the stadium would return just 45 cents for every dollar spent, and that its more than $1 billion price tag would diminish the welfare of Tasmanians as a whole.
They need to read this report and think of the state's future, their family's future, our children's future, and whether we're going to bankrupt the state to build the Premier's stadium.
The Premier defiant, believing the benefits have been understated and vowing to plough ahead.
They've said the stadium is constructible, all the issues around noise, around transport, around safety can all be addressed.
Confirmation, though, of a price increase revealed to the government earlier this week.
Our latest figures is $1.13 billion.
That's up from $945 million. Labor wants more time to digest the findings before it again commits support to the project.
We're not going to be rushed into decisions. This will play out over the coming months. We'll engage in that debate, but we'll be very considered.
A mixed reaction amongst the public to the Planning Commission's decision.
I'll be very upset if it doesn't go ahead, and the government probably will cop the blame because they're the ones that have been running and managing it.
I think to go against that sort of professional advice isn't very wise.
It's not going to get any cheaper than right now. The longer it's left, the more expensive it's going to be.
The Tasmania Devils, whose existence hinges on the stadium being built, keeping their powder dry today. The AFL in a statement reiterating again that the stadium is a condition of Tasmania getting a team. The Planning Commission's recommendation is a major step in the stadium process, but not a defining one. It'll still be up to both houses of Parliament to ultimately decide the stadium's fate later this year. Chris Rowbottom, ABC News.
So how does the stadium get built after such a damning assessment? State political reporter Adam Langenberg takes a look at the way forward for the government.
The stadium will sail through the lower house if Labor supports it. But the party, which had previously provided unconditional support, is now not nailing its colours to the mast.
There are big decisions for Tasmania's future, and I think Tasmanians would expect us to take our time, consider these matters in full.
The 15-member upper house is where things get more complicated. For the stadium to be built, 8 members need to support it. The 3 Liberals and likely the 2 Labor MPs are on board, meaning the government needs the support of 3 of those 8 independents to support the stadium. For the handful of independents seen as open to the stadium, Tanya Rattray, Casey Hiskett, Beck Thomas and Dean Harris, the report isn't a deal breaker, but it can make it at least a little more difficult for them to vote for the project. It's now up to the government to convince those independents that the Commission's criticism is overblown and make clear its plans for making the stadium a reality.
We will make an order into the Parliament. There'll be conditions attached and that'll be no doubt comprehensive.
Getting the stadium through Parliament by the end of the year is a big task that will require a delicate hand from Jeremy Rockliff. He not only needs to win over the upper house, but also keep the anti-stadium Greens and lower house crossbenchers, who just last month voted for him to continue on as Premier, on side as much as possible, despite their massive difference of opinion.